You guys even want a video or to live anymore? Because I don't want either. Browns lost to the Steelers. I thought this video would be mostly talking about that. And don't worry, we'll talk about it a little bit. But a lot has happened today, NFL trade deadline, with the Browns. And it wasn't because we made a major trade or cut anyone. There's just a lot of drama circulating around the team. And I just want to address my thoughts on it and moving forward, what's going to happen, or at least I think it's going to happen, and how I want to cry. So let's talk about how the Steelers beat the Browns. Again. At least it wasn't a playoff game. This was the most frustrating loss of the season so far, not because it's our rival. It makes it worse that it's our rival, but the fact that we 100% should have won this game in so many different areas. I mean, our defense played well, and we took their kicker out of the game. I mean, Chris Boswell got fucked up. They literally couldn't kick field goals or extra points. They only scored 15 points. We should have won this game. Our offense is struggling so bad. And on Sunday, it wasn't Baker's fault. Baker actually played pretty well. Our receivers had a lot of drops. Austin Hooper, Jarvis Landry. And the thing is this. Jarvis had those drops, and he had that huge fumble at the end of the game. But I'm not that mad at him. I get that he lost us the game, and he knows that. I'm not mad at him because he's always been spectacular. He is the guy that turned this thing around for our franchise. Baker's a big part, and our front office. I gotta give John Dorsey some credit. And Stefanski and Andrew Berry, everyone. But Jarvis was that first person to come in and be like, we're not fucking losers. We can make this franchise great. That type of mentality gets contagious, and it really worked the past couple of years, especially last year. And every once in a while, we're going to have a bad game. That's why I'm not that upset with Jarvis. I'm not even that upset with the team, honestly. I don't know how I feel about this. It's just weird watching what happened on Sunday and what's going to happen moving forward. We're 4-4, and luckily the Bengals lost, and there's a lot of things that are going to happen moving forward. I'm not too concerned yet. I'm still concerned. But after today, we're 4-4, but it feels like we're 0-8. Because of all the drama that's circulating. So today, Odell's dad posted a video on Instagram that was on YouTube, I believe, and it was a compilation of plays so far this season where Odell was wide open and Baker either missed him on the throw or he just didn't even see him at all, or even looked at him and just didn't throw it to him. And I have a few points about this. I just think the whole thing's interesting to me. One, if you watch the full video, there were a lot of plays where Odell was clearly covered. I just thought it was funny you would throw that in there. And two, listen, on my channel I defend Baker a lot. I also defend Odell. I've been defending Odell ever since we've traded for him, and it's not been really working out. I've been defending him too. But I think the overall narrative online and in the media on like ESPN and like Fox Sports and any sports talk show really is that Odell's this great talent and Baker's a fucking scrub for not being able to get him all these numbers and yards. So I guess I don't know what his dad's point is. If his point is, hey, it's not Odell's fault, I'm pretty sure that's what everyone's already been saying, even though I don't think it's Odell's fault. I don't think it's Baker's fault. I think it's one of these things. Baker is shown that he can be great without Odell. Showed it last year, he showed his rookie year, and honestly, we'll get that in a second. And then Odell has shown that he can be great without Baker. He was on the Giants. Literally was having one of the greatest seasons ever for a receiver. And he was on pace to be the greatest receiver ever. Something like that. I guess my point is this. They're great without each other. They're together. They just can't figure it out. And I don't know if that's Stefanski's fault or Freddie Kitchens' fault or if it's anyone's fault at all. Maybe just something that just doesn't really work. It's not a knock on Baker. It's not a knock on Odell. Maybe just this isn't working. And I guess my point is this. I think we should probably move on from Odell. I think the experiment failed. It was worth a shot. I think at this point, it's just a distraction. I'm not saying Odell's a distraction. I'm saying the whole narrative that the media is making up. And then his dad throwing out that video didn't help anything at all. I just think the whole thing is a distraction at this point. Moving on just makes the most sense. It's clear that Odell doesn't want to be there. I mean, body language tells a lot. When Dearness Johnson scored that touchdown, Odell just sort of wandered to the sideline like, whatever. We scored a touchdown against our rivals to take the lead. whatever. And then when Baker got that first down, which by the way was a late hit, and he goes off and does that fist pump and gets everyone pumped, Odell's just sort of standing right there like, cool, whatever, fuck this. Body language tells a lot, especially in a game against your rivals. So it's pretty clear Odell wants out of Cleveland, which is fine. But at this point, the faster we move on and figure that out, I think it'll just be better for both parties. We obviously couldn't trade him before the deadline. I think we were talking to the Saints or something. It didn't work out. I don't know what the repercussions are if we cut him or what would happen with his contract. I really don't know. But I'm saying for the sake of this season, it seems like there's nothing we can do to make this combination work. And if I had to pick someone I want to stick with, it's Baker. Because he's got us the playoffs. He's shown that he's played really well without Odell. He's shown that he fits well in Stefanski's system. And I think overall he's still playing fine with a broken arm. Odell, great player. But it just seems like it's something that's just not going to work out. It's been like 3 years since we've been trying to do this thing. And nothing's really working. There's been sparks, some moments that have really been cool. Like that slant on that Monday night game, Thursday night against the Bengals, that Cowboys game. There have been sparks where this could have worked. And I will say this, I'm not going to 100% blame this all on Baker and Odell. Stefanski has somewhat to blame too. I love Stefanski. He's our coach for a very long time. But our offense this season hasn't been very good, and I don't know what the issue is right now. But Odell not getting much touches or even targets or even plays where he's just getting screens or slants or anything like that. I haven't seen any of that this year. That has to do with the coaching and the play calling too. So collectively, it's a lot of people's fault. This isn't really working out. But I think at this point, we should just move on from Odell. No hard feelings. We tried. It didn't work. It's not specifically one person's fault. I just think at this point, it'd be better not to think about it. And we've already shown in the past that we can win without Odell. It's just one of those things that just sucks because it would have been really fucking cool if it would have worked. So I think now we ignore the drama, moving forward, focus on the Bengals. That's going to be a big game, especially since they just lost the Jets. They're going to be coming back firing. I know we're sticking with Odell. That's Stefanski's plan. He still wants to implement him in a lot of plays. I don't know if that's just smoke. But let's just say it's not. Let's just cut all the bullshit. I think they all need to sit down and be like, what do we need to do to make sure we're winning games? And yes, we're not in the locker room. We're not hearing what's happening behind the scenes. There might be more to this drama than we know. It might not be as easy as, hey, let's sit down and squash this beef. I'm just saying they need to really focus. Our backs are about like right here. We're not like right up against the wall, but we're about to be. If we lose to the Bengals, we are basically fucked, but not yet because there's a lot of things that can happen, obviously. But I'm just saying we need to cut the bullshit out, figure this shit out, and if we can't cut the bullshit out, move on, no harm done, and let's just figure some shit out because I'm starting to get worried. It's like our team can't play well together. Like one game our defense will be incredible, but then the offense will suck. One game the offense will be incredible, our defense will suck. But I still get that we have a lot of injuries. A lot of people are still banged up. Baker's still banged up. And we're going to have some people coming back. But right now, it's just not looking great. But I'm not giving up. We still have an extremely talented team. We have some games moving forward that we can figure some shit out. I think we can absolutely beat the Bengals. I'll say this for the final time. Let's just cut the bullshit out, win some football games, or I will start chugging some bleach. Only logical solution. And if we can't cut the bullshit out, let's just move on. Just move on, no harm done, and let's just win some fucking football games. So the Browns and the Steelers and the drama that happened today and what the Browns should do moving forward. I know that's a lot of questions, but just put your thoughts in the comments, what you think about this shit show so far. I'm curious to hear. And thank you so much for watching. Click here to see more Dave's Takes.